If you're watching this video and you haven't heard of The Rock, then, you're probably living under one, okay? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, one of the most recognizable faces on this planet, one of the most successful people on this planet. He's achieved everything in, the wrestling fraternity, and now in the past few years, and more importantly, the acting fraternity in the world of Hollywood. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, really has done it all. But he hasn't done one thing, which now seemingly is becoming commonplace for these people of high celebrity status, and that's run for and potentially become president. And I did some thinking about this, and I've got a few reasons as to why I think The Rock, A, should run for president, and B, would make a great president if and when he's elected, okay? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, basically, I guess I'll just start off with reasons, because, look, there are so many reasons why Dwayne Johnson would make a great president. For one, I'll just say this now. Look at the current candidates we have in the I'm not American, but you have in the United States. You've got Donald Trump, who is so polarizing, whatever, it's not funny. We've been there, done that with Trump in these past 4 years. We've all seen what Trump's done, how many people have memed him, like how Trump acts publicly and all this kind of stuff. It's been a bit of a mess. I think that's safe to say. That shouldn't offend too many people. Then you've got Joe Biden representing the left. So, it's Sleepy Joe Biden. Like, a bunch of the stuff with Sleepy Joe's hardly like, oh my god, I have to vote for him. So, you've got those two guys, just these old dudes who it's just kind of hard to relate to. And then you've got Kanye West all of a sudden running for president, which I don't know about the logistics of that. The policies haven't really come out, and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's Kanye West. He could become president. I don't even know. It's all a bit of a mess. So I think The Rock should run, ideally in 2020, but more realistically speaking, 2024 is the perfect time. 2024 really is the perfect time, because come 2024, The Rock would have absolutely done it all in the world of Hollywood. He's currently the highest paid actor in the world, I believe, and if he's not, he's definitely top 2 or top 3. He's success-wise, he's done it all. The work ethic is heavily responsible for that. Dwayne Johnson doesn't get any of this by pure luck. His whole thing was that he had $7 in his pocket back in 1995. That's his thing. $7 production, $7 studios. That's the Dwayne Johnson's thing. $7. So he's built his way up from nothing through nothing but hard work. I think having The Rock be the face of America and the face of the Western world would just be the perfect kind of thing to do, compared to a Trump or compared to a Biden. It's just trying to relate to those old dudes. I just can't do it myself. It's not me being ageist, so to speak. It's just like, it just feels like these people are kind of out of touch. Whereas if you get someone like Dwayne Johnson in there, he's going to be a Democrat, so that's going to automatically piss people off, which, this is the other thing I want to mention. When it comes to The Rock being president, the only reason why I would not want The Rock to be president is because naturally, given the nature of politics and how people are naturally one side or the other, you're going to naturally have people who just hate on The Rock. So most likely, far-right Republicans who just hate any any Democratic candidate. You're going to have these people throwing all this hate and unwarranted abuse to The Rock, because as far as political policies, he doesn't agree with them. Even though I just don't agree with that. I think that's wrong, because it's The Rock. It's Dwayne Johnson, one of the most likable people on this planet. I don't even know. You can naturally have people just hate on him for no reason, and I guess that's to come with the territory. But anyway, as far as other reasons why I think The Rock would make a great president, and why him running in 2024, ideally and more realistically would be great, because he'd probably become president in 2024. Now, obviously, I'm not going to predict every candidate in 2024. We don't know. Come 2024, anyone could be running for president. Realistically, 2024, probably Kanye West is going to make a real run for president. We're going to have The Rock, hopefully, run for president. The Rock's always said that, he'll consider it, and one day, perhaps, because he's been asked this question for years in interviews. I know on Jimmy Fallon he's been asked this. He's been asked this on Instagram Live interviews. The Rock's always said, he's kind of waved it off a little bit, but he's considering it, and he hasn't flat out said no, and he thinks that maybe, perhaps one day, if the ducks line up, he would do it. So I think logistically it's there, and as I've said a couple of times now, what more would he have to achieve in 4 years' time? He would have made even more blockbuster movies, be earning even more money than he already is each year. The money's not going to be an issue. He'll definitely be able to run the campaign easily. The funding will be effortless, and I'm sure it'll go great. So, as for other reasons, as far as The Rock, as you guys know, if you've been following his stuff in wrestling, I mean, The Rock, a massive icon in the Attitude Era, one of the most iconic, or the most iconic era in pro wrestling. And then if you've seen him on the the movies on the silver screen, so to speak, you've seen The Rock in movies. Dwayne Johnson is an incredible public speaker. I'd put Dwayne on par with Obama, like right on par. I'm not going to say one's better than the other, because Barack Obama as a public speaker was like the gold standard. Like, if you want to show someone who is growing up wanting to be a public speaker how to public speak, show them Barack Obama. I think The Rock is right on that level. Obviously, in the wrestling fraternity, The Rock has cut amazing promos and interviews, and The Rock's so quick-witted and funny. And I think as a president, he'd be so well-spoken and all that kind of stuff. So I think it would work. You wouldn't really have any of these kind of Rock sound bites like you have with Trump, where Trump just kind of coins these kind of dumb catchphrases, and that sticks on. And then you have your late night TV show hosts, your Jimmy Fallon, your Jimmy Kimmel, they make a meme out of that for the next 4 months. You wouldn't have that with The Rock. You'd have him saying 99% of the time logical, sensible, calm, composed, realistic things that would make sense and that would actually be of benefit to people. You wouldn't really have these just kind of nonsensical, outrageous sound bites. So that's why, well, for one reason, I think it would be really good. Additionally, it's The Rock. Alright, he'd win any popularity contest he's in. I mean, let's just be honest. This is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. When the presidency is inevitably a popularity contest, and you've got kind of the people who are like 18, 22. I think the voting age is 18 in America, or 22, whatever the lowest voting age is, right up through 20s, 30s, 40s. People are going to connect and be engaged and invested with Dwayne The Rock Johnson running for president. He's going to win any popularity contest he's in, realistically. If we're looking at clout and all this, obviously, how many Instagram followers, how many Twitter followers, you look at followers and all that, that's not really what it's about. It's just general popularity. Such a likable kind of guy. He doesn't say a bunch of stuff that, pisses you off. That's been the thing with Trump. And personally, as far as American politics, I'm not really one side or the other. I don't want to put my name down to either Trump or Biden or the left or the right. I don't want to associate with either, really. I don't really want to. I just want to sit on the fence with this kind of stuff and observe it as a commentary channel. But really, you look at Trump saying a bunch of just, random crap, and then I look at someone like The Rock, who, once again, he'd win any popularity contest, and additionally, it's how could you hate on The Rock? Seriously speaking, how could you hate Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I don't get it. This video probably comes off as me being a Rock fanboy, but genuinely, Dwayne Johnson as a person, what's there to hate? You can try and look for things, but you have to nitpick so hard with him. And once again, with someone like Trump or someone like Biden, you see just these things about them, these character traits, these flaws just spring out at you if you watch their clips for 5 minutes. You go, okay, this guy is a clown or whatnot for A, B, and C reasons. Whereas someone like The Rock, you look at him and go, I can't think of anyone better to represent this country. So basically, that's the whole video. Dwayne The Rock Johnson would represent America, I feel, perfectly as far as a general representation. Incredibly hardworking, likable, an incredible public speaker, on Obama tier, if not a bit better than Barack Obama. I'm only saying it because I'm a bit biased, but Barack Obama's speeches were amazing. The Rock is right on that level, so the public speaking would be good, well-spoken. He'd be a great representative for the country. It wouldn't be some senile old man like a Bernie or a Biden. It wouldn't be someone like a Trump who's just so, there's so many words to describe Trump. I'm not even going to go into it. It wouldn't be like Hillary. It wouldn't just be one of these old politicians that we're used to. It would be a fresh, vibrant kind of face to represent the Western world. So I think that's basically the video. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and sub. This is a video which my wrestling audience should find entertaining and interesting. People who aren't, from my wrestling base, you guys could have found something out of this video. So if you enjoyed what you've heard, be sure to like, comment, and sub, all that kind of good stuff. You guys know the drill. See ya.